think about being Pastor Mrs. She has always seen herself maybe in the policy or anything, and you're trying to convince her, you're trying to force her to be a pastor's wife. I mean, that's not going to work. That is going to be a mission that is ready to be aborted or ready to. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Love Series. Yay! And today we're talking about five things a man should look out for in a woman before he makes that move. Like the last episode, I talked about 5 things a woman should look out for in a man before she says yes. And I feel like to make the equation balance, let's make the equation balance. And that's why I'm talking about 5 things a man should look out for in a woman before he makes that move, All right, so I'm going to be starting with this scripture, Proverbs 31 verse 30. And we all know the Proverbs 31 woman. Everybody knows the Proverbs 31 woman. And the Bible says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but the woman that fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but the woman that fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Now, obviously, the Bible is not against favor, neither is the Bible against the beauty of a woman, but there is something more, the woman that fears the Lord. And that will lead to my first point, which is also faith. Your faith, you need to make sure that the woman you are considering have the same spiritual alignment with you. I remember that I talked it in my first point for a man that a woman should look out for is also his faith. So at the same time too, a man also should expect to look out for a faith. You want to make sure that the woman should go on a marital journey with you also share the same faith with you. Like, your own need to be built on spiritual alignment. Like, both of you have the same belief in terms of who you believe or how you do things or how you worship. I know some couples really, they don't, I'm talking about Christian or godly Christian relationship. This is very important. I know people boy meets girl, and all of that. But from my own standpoint, from a standpoint of in alignment with God, from a believer's standpoint, I feel like number one thing a man should actually look out for is, before even considering beauty or anything or charm, is, does she has the same spiritual alignment with me? And I think when it comes to spiritual alignment, it can even be as detailed as, do we have the same spiritual beliefs? Do we do the same thing in spiritual practices? Because in this age and time, there are many churches and there are many churches. There are many local churches. There are many denominations and all of that. It's okay. Like, I'm not even going to say, one is good or one isn't good. But the most important thing is that whichever way or wherever you belong, make sure that the woman you want to choose, you have the same spiritual alignment, you believe in the same thing. It's very, very important. And that's it. That's it. I don't want to say too much because I think I'll just share this example from my own personal, my own personal story. I remember before I even met my husband, so there is a guy that we were having something serious, like we felt like we were going to have a serious relationship, but there wasn't like any relationship because our spiritual alignment is just different. Like, what he believes is different from what I believe. And I feel like that's not even good for us to start a beautiful home. And the beautiful thing about myself, I mean, we're still friends in today. The beautiful thing about myself and the person is that both of us, we wanted a partner that we have the same spiritual alignment. He wanted a woman that has a spiritual alignment with him, and I wanted a man that has a spiritual alignment with him. And the question was like, who is going to change? I wasn't ready to change, and also he wasn't ready to change. So we just had to say, this is not going to work. So it can be that detailed. Like, spiritual alignment is very important. Don't play joke on it. Make sure, because it's just good that you settle these things and you just avoid unnecessary drama in the future or unnecessary drama in your marriage. Just it's okay. Like, every woman cannot be the best for you, cannot be good for you. You just have to pick one. And sharing from my own example or my own story, I just said that we're still friends, we're still cool, we're still good. Was it painful? Yes, it was painful. But are we still good? Yeah, we're good, we're fine. And it was just what we want. Both of us just wanted a family that is built on spiritual alignment. And I feel like you should actually consider that before you make that choice. All right, so number 2 things I also talk about is also purpose alignment. I've talked about spiritual alignment. I also want to talk about purpose alignment. Like, purpose is very, very important. I remember mentioning that before a woman chooses a man, you want to check out, does he even have a purpose? And the reason why I'm saying that does he have a purpose is like marriage is like a puzzle. Both of you must fit into each other. You know a puzzle, right? Both of you must fit into each other. And a puzzle is just like you're putting a round peg in a round hole. You can't put a round peg in a square hole. Your purpose must be aligned as well. I'm not saying when I'm talking about purpose alignment, I'm not saying both of you have to do the same thing, in terms of your career, professional, or anything. I'm just saying that can both of you work together? Can you see her being part of your life? Can you also see yourself being part of her life? And it's easy to say yes, but you need to critically analyze it. I'm going to give an example, and I think the easiest example that comes to my head is a man that feels like God will ask him to start a church. And you're asking a woman who has never for once think about being Pastor Mrs. She has always seen herself maybe in the policy or anything, and you're trying to convince her, you're trying to force her to be a pastor's wife. I mean, that's not going to work. That is going to be a mission that is ready to be aborted or ready to, to just miss it. And that's it. Spiritual alignment is good. Purpose alignment is also very, very important. You want to make sure that both of you can fit into your life, without any confusion or any form of, like, I don't know the right word to put it, but it's just that what I put it there. You just want to align. When you call something alignment, like myself and my husband, we don't do the same thing. Like currently, we all have different professional ambition, but one thing we have a universal goal. That universal goal is, that it now has a lot of branches, right? But we make sure, and that's why. I mean, I can fit into his life, he can fit into my life. We're not two people running different vision or running different vision. We have one vision, even though the vision has different expression, right? But it's still very united. We're connected in our vision, in our purpose to each other. And I feel like a man would be the one to actually define the universal vision, the big vision, but the woman will have to find a place in it. So as a man, you want to look out for this woman. Does she feel like she wants to be part of my life? I mean, or is she somebody that she just want to be at home, do her thing the way she wants it? She doesn't care about the other person and all of that. You need to look out for that. Number 3 that I feel like you should also look out for is a relationship with people. Yes, this one is very, very important. When you bring a woman into your life, you're not just bringing a woman into your life, you're also bringing a woman into your family, into your parents. She's going to be a sister, a daughter-in-law, she's going to be sister-in-law, she's going to be the mother of your kids. And I have seen some men that they were very nice, very calm, but the woman they married changed the whole thing for them. Like, just the same way that a man can marry somebody that has a very good attitude and the man just becomes so cheerful and all of that. I mean, that very reflects my own personal life. My husband is the cool, quiet person, but I am like the jovial person. And seriously, that's actually rubbed off over the years. Like, we now kind of gel together. Like, my personality gel with him. People are easy. Like, I've seen people share story of how some women don't even, after their husband got married to them, they don't allow anybody come close to the husband. They just want to they don't want to do myself and my husband. I have seen stories of some women actually wishing that their husband don't have mothers, like they don't want mother-in-laws. So all of those things, you also need to look out for that. Like, it's just somebody, like, look at your own personality. I feel like every man will appreciate a woman that is welcoming, that is warmly, that is accommodating, that loves people. You also want to look out for that. It's very important, because those they did not tell you. She will say, I don't like anybody, I just want me and my husband. If you want to have that, you're an accommodating person, you also want to look out for the woman you are proposing to. Does she have the same personality? Don't just say, oh, I didn't see that, and you're expecting that she's the extrovert and they're expecting her to be quiet, or she's the introvert, or she's somebody that she doesn't care, she just want to be on her own, she's a boss lady. You just want to look out for that. Yeah. And number 4 thing I feel like you should also look out for is a relationship with money. Money is very important. You see that I also mentioned the same thing when I was talking about what a woman should actually look out for in a man. I'm also talking about it in a man in respect to a woman. Now, Money is very important. Money is very important in any marital relationship, both relationship and both in courtship or both in marriage and anything. Money is very important. Like marriage, love runs on money. Love, money is like the four. So you want to also check out for, is she the kind of person that she's so, like, is she materialistic? What her relationship with money? Is she materialistic? Is she conservative? Does she believe in you building wealth together? Does she believe that you must finish it? Is she extravagant and all of that? And I feel like in this point, your relationship with money is going to also determine the kind of woman you marry in terms of a relationship with money, right? So balance is everything. I'm not saying that she's not, you now you now expect that she doesn't want to look at me now, from my head to toe is money. It's money, and the money came out from somewhere. It's money. But at the same time, I mean, I remember myself and my husband talking about this before we got married, and he was asking me what's my plan, what do I believe about wealth building, and I said, okay, the way I was raised, we believe in saving. I will believe in, you first save first before you spend the rest, right? You first pay yourself, keep some money inside, and I think that's even what God expects from us, right? So you also need to look out for that. If there's a woman that it's not like they want to do something bad, but it's just because they've not been taught. Like I remember also learning some financial wisdom from my husband during our courtship and all of that. So you definitely, some don't know, like, sincerely, let's not even be judging. Don't be a judge don't be a judge of men. God is the only judge. You also need to look out for it. Like, does she want to learn? There's some people that are genuinely, they don't know any on how to, like, approach money, right? And if she's willing to learn, why not? Like, why not if not? Then number 5, which is the number 5 point that I'm going to talking about, is submission. Yeah, I'm talking about submission. The truth of the matter, and the matter of the truth, is that the way God has placed man in every relationship, every marriage, most importantly, is man is meant to be the head of the family, and you need a woman that is willing to support that to God ordinance. Yeah, you need a woman that is ready to support, that is able to, that is ready to submit to God ordinance. Like, God has placed men above women in marriage. Now, not in every other thing. In marriage, outside the context of marriage, every man is the same as myself, but in marriage, my husband is superior, and I put him in that place of honor. So a man must also look out for, does that woman believe in submission? And it's good all of this before you start fighting unnecessary battles in marriage or in relationship, and she'll start telling you, I don't care, I don't give a bluff, I don't care, and all of that. You want to look out for it. Does she believe in that? Does she really believe in submission? Does she believe in a man being the head of the home, or she wants to be the head, and both of you are not like two head? And people always say that the man is the head, the woman is the neck, and the truth is that the head cannot even stand without the support of the neck. So literally, but that's it. That's the way God made it, and that's just it. So I'm just going to do a recap of everything that I've said to remind you that in case you are at the verge of making a marital decision, you have many women that you are considering. I know I've been there where you're just confused, like, this is the guy, it's not the guy. And I just have to sieve every one of them through the sieve of attributes. Number 1 is that your spiritual alignment is very, very important. Number 2 is that the alignment of your purpose. Number 3 is a relationship with money. Number 4, a relationship with people. And number 5 is that she believes in submission, in terms of submitting to God ordinance of marriage. All right, so pretty much it. I have said what I have to say, and just like what I said when I was talking about male attribute, I also say that this, even though it's 5, there are obviously more than 5 that you should look out for. Like, you should have other attributes. Some people want some physical attribute, which I don't think is bad. Yeah, if you want somebody that is light skinned, somebody that is dark skinned, somebody that is tall, somebody that is robust, somebody that is slim, you have all the right to. But most importantly, let these 5 principles be your major, and let the other ones be like recipes. Like, they're just like sprinkles on top of what would I call it, of an ice cream. those, I mean, the 5-1 is very important. If you are able to like sieve a woman through the 5-1s, I mean, every other thing can come later on. I'm gonna say that in particular, I remember somebody saying that, oh, they wanted somebody that's chubby. You see, when a woman is, when we start giving birth, we all became fat. So we are looking for flesh will come. I mean, pretty much it. I feel like a lot of things have, I mean, I'm going to be sharing the next 1 minute to talk about like how marriage has actually even made me improve. I remember, I mean, when myself and my husband were dating, I didn't even have earring. I don't use earring. I don't use jewelry. But those things are just superficial, right? The most important thing are the ones that I discussed with you. What's there? I don't really do makeup as such. Like I just do my powder and all of that. But look at me. I remember my husband said, "Actually, you not be wearing earring." I'm like, excuse me. So I was like, so all those things, all this, oh, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that, they are just superficial. The most important thing was I just discussed with you: a spiritual alignment, your purpose alignment, relationship with people, relationship with money, and also I believe in submission according to God ordinance. Okay, so I hope one of these have actually helped one person or the other. If you find this video very useful, please share with a man or a young guy that is on the edge of making that marital decision. That marital decision. See you guys in my next video. Bye.